Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Unranked podcast. This is Tom Caswell, a.k.a. Great Brit Tom, leading today. Chris is a little bit late. His cool new job has him running a little late. But we are joined by the also very cool Giovanni Colantonio.
Hello, I'm back. It's been a bit, but I always return.
Always like a cancer. And then
that's horrible.
We got a new guest on the show, never before been on the show. Poopy Poo Head.
Right.
Welcome.
Yep.
How's life?
It's fine.
Good.
It's going.
Do you guys ever think about the fact that in what to the Earth is a blink of an eye between now and the existence of the 90s pop band S Club 7? But it may as well be 1,000 years for the three of us. Do you ever ponder?
It might as well be what?
1,000 years. Like, it may as well have been a century ago, you know? Like,
you're saying that S Club 7 may have happened a century ago?
To our, the relativity and all that. Like, to us, it's like, oh my God, S Club 7. We think about it all the time. We're constantly talking about how S Club 7, like, that was so long ago. But in the span of the cosmos, it's like it happened seconds ago. Milliseconds
There's
ago.
a slight problem with your thing here, which is just the premise of, how we're always constantly talking about S Club 7.
Mr. Poopy Poo Head.
There ain't no party like an S Club party.
See, he knows the lyrics.
Okay,
he knows the lyrics.
I'm proven wrong. I thought it was a bit.
Oh, it was. Tuna just let out the fact that he does. See, he knows the melody. Oh my God. Okay, let's get stuck in here. Pokemon 330.
Oh, what do we got?
Oh, I can't. I'm on the keyboard.
This is what I come to the show for real. Are we in Gen 3 still?
It's we're still in Gen 3. Was the last time? Okay. When was the last time we were on? Were we doing Gen 3? Had we crossed the threshold?
I think it was like Wingle or something.
Oh yeah, it must be. Because
3 for a long time.
250. Yeah, we'll be almost 100 episodes in 20 weeks. We'll be at 100.
Are we almost added Gen 3?
No, Gen 3 is a long one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're stuck here, but it's the best one in my humble opinion.
No, cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Humble.
Well, let's see. How you feel about Flygon. Flygon 330.
Flygon's great.
Cool pokes, as we pointed out, we talked about it last week. It is not a dragonfly. It is even though it is a dragon, it's based on.
Yeah, this one's all right.
I love its goggle eyes. I always love when a Pokemon makes me ponder, like, how did that naturally occur? How did this guy? How does every Gurdamon or whatever that thing is called have a girder sticking out its ass? I'm like, how does this thing have a? I mean, I guess they could be almost like a cocoon membrane shell.
Yeah.
I guess it could, but it just happens to kind of look like something from Speed Racer or what have you.
Sure. Wait, he's not a bug?
No, he is Dragon Ground.
It's
lame.
It's good typing though. It's
How?
sick typing because this little guy, this little boy, he's only weak to Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. Fair. Totally immune to ground and electric, and then resistant to poison, rock, and fire. It's like a pretty neutral.
It's a power.
Typing.
It's a pretty powerful Pokemon. It is pretty popular amongst the pit players who are all about trying to get the best.
The old competitive scene.
The competitive scene.
High speed on this sucker. This thing can fly.
Yeah, and remember that most people skip the middle generation just to get to this one because Vibrava becomes a dragon type but doesn't learn any cool moves, and people seem to hold on to Trapinch until the last possible second, and then when it's leveled enough to get to a Vibrava, they'll evolve it to Flygon.
The other thing with this sucker, it's got levitate. That's why this you can't hit this thing with ground attacks because the sucker has levitate. You can't get out. It's not on the ground. Perfect. What a good, perfect friend.
See, this is the kind of Pokemon rebuttals that should be going on here. Whereas I usually get away with this thing sucks. Yeah.
No. Well, what's the naming origin, hey Tuna?
Oh, I can't tell you because the keyboard on this. I guess I could look on my phone. I don't know why I didn't think.
Flygon, it is pretty bad.
Don't say it.
Okay, you want to do it? Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. So let me scroll. I
feel like it's pretty obvious, but I'm very curious.
No. Might not be. It might not be so obvious.
It's
Flygon.
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Okay. May be a combination of fly.
Whoa.
And dragon.
Dragon.
No way.
Which means that we should be pronouncing it Flygon.
Flygon.
Flygon. Oh, I'll take a flight to Flygon. Oh, give me a pint of Flygon.
Does that make you like him more?
A flagon of Flygon.
I was going to say a flagon.
A flight of a flagon of Flygon.
A flagon of Flygon.
Apologies for all our Irish listeners.
I think this is a great one.
No, it's good.
He's a quick.
Yeah,
we've had some trash to that. Think about the amount of trash we've had to trudge through.
Yeah.
I know, but I gotta stay on brand.
Y'all had to do Spinda recently. Like that must have been a harrowing experience.
Yeah, that
for
was rough. That's rough. Oh, that's interesting. According to Ken Sugimori, one of the original creators of Pokemon, in his interview in Nintendo Dream Magazine, Flygon was intended to get a Mega Evolution in Pokemon X and Y, but the idea was later dropped due to him experiencing an artist's block. I love that. That's such a great detail. He's just like, I don't know how to... I also love the fact that, like, he's like, I had artist block, so I just didn't commit to the idea. Where there are literally Megas where they just took the Pokemon and stuck 1,000 spikes on it, and they were like, call it a day, shit it out, just put some spikes on him, get him out of here.
Didn't the Blastoise, they literally just put like more guns on his
they
back?
put cannons. No, he has two
arms, right?
It's like 2 cannons on his arms. He gets another one in the middle. Yeah, they just will like stick 1,000 fucking cannons on this guy, which I'm not opposed to. I'm just saying, I think that this Pokemon is cool enough to deserve a Mega, especially considering some of the Megas that are out there. And the fact that you have artist block on this is just like funny. That's just funny.
Wait, can we quickly solve this problem for him? Like, can anybody real quick just like give me your pitch for Mega Flygon?
Okay,
like what you would do to just like
look at it. Well, he's getting a second set of wings off the bat.
Yes, that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Second set of wings.
Second set of wings. Yeah,
spikes on all of them.
Spikes going along the tail. He's got this and the like flowery like tail end bit like huge, like sharp, like looks like he's gonna slice you in half. A third one of these, a third like mohawk thing.
Yeah, kind of comes out in front maybe, so like there's like a cool edge to it.
Oh, okay, I like that. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
I want to do something with the lenses. I
was thinking that. Yeah.
Make it even more like a fly.
And have it like
you
three.
Like
he just gets multiple eyes. Well, I was thinking that with like maybe his arms kind of become mantis things.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Oh, like a Scyther situation.
Yeah, he's got scythes on there. Yeah, I mean, it would maybe be like people would be like, oh, look to him, it's like Scyther. This isn't
maybe his Mega Evolution is just Scyther.
Yeah,
and people are like, wait, I think I've seen this one. And they're like, no.
It would be amazing if in one of the games, like it was a Easter egg or like a hidden thing that no one had discovered, where it was like they. Because there was this one in Sword and Shield that was like, if you wanted the Galarian version of this Pokemon, you had to take it to a specific point. It had to be under a specific like health, and it had to be a certain level. And if you did that, it evolved into the right form. I don't know how someone fucking figured that out, but maybe there's some bullshit like that with this, where it is like, actually he does, like he goes into a cocoon, comes out Scyther, and no one's ever discovered it.
There's some weird ones. They got way too creative with the evolutions at some point. There's definitely one where you had to like turn your 3DS upside down to evolve it.
Oh, really? That may actually be the worst one I've heard.
Yeah, I think it was Inkay or whatever. It's like you had to turn the console upside down when it evolved because like the gimmick of that Pokemon or something. I remember hearing about it.
There must have been one also where it was like DS, like maybe I guess Phantom touchscreen or blowing. Remember they were like trying to get people to blow into the fan of that DS. They were like, people are gonna do this. People are gonna blow on their game console. Maybe that happens in one of them.
Yeah,
I could see maybe with this guy, like give him a like gust of wind to fly on. And he's like, I'm going to Mega Evolve. All right, well, that's Flygon. I think that is an appropriate amount to talk about this one. So now let's talk about what we've been up to before we get stuck into Geo and games and things like this and what else. Chris does say he is joining in a minute or two. I have been reading a book series. So I finished Project Hail Mary finally because we had another long car ride I went to Salem, Massachusetts. Briefly about Salem, gorgeous town. Committed to the witch bit like you wouldn't believe. Banks themed like a witch bank. The dentist is a witch dentist.
When you have one thing,
their economy runs on selling crystals. I'm not joking. Every store sells crystals. Beautiful town though. And you probably went there a lot, Tuna. You've probably been to Salem when you were in college, or no?
I don't think I even.
It's like right there.
In Massachusetts, we would go like.
Oh, that's right. You're from there. Yes.
We would go on like field trips there. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There he is.
Wow. Huge. Big entrance.
Big entrance.
The glasses.
Shades. Yeah. Shades. Not ready.
Chris said, yeah.
It would have been a bigger entrance if he was like ready, and just started boom in talking.
Yeah.
Just immediately boom. Hey, what's going?
He looks like
the Hollywood entrance.
He said he had like some work, but he looks like he's just like woken up from a bender.
Yeah.
He looks wiped.
Yeah.
So we started listening on the way back because we finished the book. I Googled. I was like, what to? By the way, Geo, do you know about Project Hail Mary?
No, I don't think I do.
Do you know about it?
It's by the same author as The Martian. Basically, a book about there's this microscopic organism that is from another planet. It's slowly draining the sun's power, and it's about like this mission to.
You've been watching Marvel movies too much.
What? That's what it's about.
It's about instilling the energy, but the way you said power made me think like
I'm simplifying it. It's very technical. It's very technical in the way that The Martian is very technical, where all of the science, even though it is science fiction, is meant to be like, okay, well, this is how it would actually happen. So I Googled, I was like, what else is there that is like this? That's good. So I got recommended it's currently a trilogy of books. There's more books on the way. It's called The Bobiverse. And the first book is called We Are Legion, We Are Bob. So, Bobiverse, it's about this guy in the present day. He runs like a tech company. He sells it for a ton of money. And he pays for this company to basically, when he dies, they're going to cryogenically freeze his head. And then in the future, when they figure out how to do it, they're going to like basically clone a body and bring him back to life. Like that's the plan.
Walt Disney.
Yes, but like there's a business behind it, all this stuff. Spoiler alert,
like Disney.
Guy dies.
Like Disney.
Yeah.
Guy dies. But when he wakes up, it isn't the company's cloned his body and all that is peachy and he gets to live a life in the future. The America falls to a right-wing theocracy. And the government takes over the company's assets, and when he wakes up, his mind has been turned into an artificial intelligence that can, like, be a slave to the theocracy, and, like, has to, like, do this mission of, like, carrying this, being the AI, the onboard AI for this spaceship that is going to go and, like, spread this theocracy to, like, other planets and stuff like that. It's very good. It's obviously way more science fiction-y than Project Hail Mary is, because it's a brain being turned into an AI. But it's definitely the same vibe. It definitely like feels like they do explain the science, even if it might not be accurate in the same way. And it's also like much faster than Project Hail Mary. I did like kind of the slow pace of that book because you're slowly learning about like how everything works, and that's the attraction. This is way more like what was that Ryan Reynolds finds alien life, the Sony film, any of those where it's like, okay, this wouldn't actually happen. Very good. And there's multiple books, and it's a very short book as well. It's only like 10 hours on the audiobook. So I heavily recommend recommend that.
Nice little escapist media from everything that's going on in the world, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was about a religion. I just kind of knew I was like, he wakes up in the future and he's like an AI, and but then when I listen to the book, they're like, yeah, so like in. They're like, yeah, so in the year like 2030, they like install like this right-wing president, and he like runs the country into the ground, and then it swings really far back to the other way where we get like a super like socialist president, and the right wing like basically like starts a coup, and like that's how it all kicks off, and the United States doesn't exist anymore, and all this
fiction.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it is. We would never get a super socialist.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, it would never.
We can't even get like a true leftist president.
We can't get anything. We can't even get a left president. Like Biden is like basically like center right. Like it's ridiculous. Oh boy, fuck the Democratic Party. Giovanni and the Republican. Fuck them all. Giovanni.
Everyone's bad.
Also, Chris, welcome.
Hello.
Do you want to take over running the show?
Sure. I mean, well, you're in charge, but you know, you introduced it, but I'm here now. Sorry, I didn't mean to be late. Originally, I wasn't going to be here, and then things changed. And then I was going to be out early, so it was going to be on, and then things changed. And then I got out a little bit late.
That's how
luckily,
happens.
Work is only like 8 minutes away, so I got home pretty quick.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's... So, I mean, and that's what traffic. This is in traffic hour. In the morning, I can get there in like closer to 5 minutes straight.
Damn.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
The dream.
It's weird, man. So I'm working at G4, and it's weird because I've never enjoyed a job this much in my life.
Sure,
I mean, of course, I just started, right?
Yeah.
But my team is so fun.
They're all your best friends, too.
Well, I know. I mean, my specific team, what we're working on right now is Austin Cho's show right now. We're working on season 2 of Name Your Price. Awesome. So it's sort of like, if you don't know what the show is, it's Eric Andre meets The Price is Right. It's like chaotic Price is Right, very low budget, lots of crazy things going on. So we're building everything out for the second season, and a lot of things had to be like done today. I was part of the cause of being late because I was trying to get us this 9-foot tall taxidermied ostrich, which was a lot more expensive.
And you say this is the most fun job you ever had. I struggle to believe that.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
Turns out we can't get it, which is the only reason why I'm even saying it. Too expensive. Way too expensive. Curiously, how much do you think a 9-foot tall taxidermy
Tens of thousands of dollars, if not $100,000 plus.
Yeah, I would say maybe 7,000.
Okay, Gio's very close.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm way off then. $100,000. But an ostrich is big. It's huge. It's massive, and they're not.
It's 9 feet tall.
They're also like kind of exotic. Like they're not. There's not just like ostriches running around. Like it's
California. We have lots of ostrich
I had
farms,
no idea.
One of the best tourist attractions is the Ostrich Farm right outside of Solvang, which is also like a tourist attraction because it's this town that was founded by Dutch people. So all of the houses look like you're in like Disney World. It's like very old, like everything has, you know, like cottages and the roofs, and there's like a windmill in the middle of just like California. So it's so bizarre. And then right outside of it is the Ostrich Farm. It's so cool because you go see ostriches in person up close. You feed them, pay $5. They give you like a big pail, and you could just bucket feed them. They're fucking dinosaurs. Like they're these
truly,
absolutely terrifying. You see an ostrich that close up where they're like eating out of your pan, you're like, I would not want to be in an enclosed space with this thing.
I mean,
its feet look like the raptor's feet, like the fucking giant claws.
I would imagine a taxidermy ostrich is just as as terrifying.
This thing was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
Awesome. It had a big plume of like furs. No, it's just like a custom one that I found, and it would have been great. We really tried.
So, what was the price? Also, by the way, Wolf's Law is in the chat. Hi, Wolf's Law. How you doing?
What up, Wolf?
Yeah. What was the real price?
It was $8,500.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm having a great time.
Having a great time.
I've worked so hard to do this. This is like a dream job because I've always wanted to do game shows, and I'm literally making. It's a very like different kind of game show. It's not like you go on to win money or prizes. It's like chaos.
Yeah.
But that's even better because we've all seen the kind of psychotic games I make here. Imagine giving me a budget.
Oh my God.
I've come up with crazy shit.
How do I watch this?
It'll be available if you have cable. You can watch it. If you don't have cable, it'll be on Twitch and YouTube.
On what channel?
G4.
It's called G4 TV. I love the idea of like Chris going to a pitch meeting. They're like, "Okay, guys, we go. Seasons of shows are over. We need new ideas." And Chris is like, "All right, let me tell you about something I've created. It's called Game Busters. It's called Russian Roulette. What is it? Well, I just come up with things on the spot, and then we have fucking Xavier Woods try to guess what I'm thinking. That's awesome, dude. I'm really it's
cool.
It's very cool.
The last thing I want to say about it, which is weird, is I've watched Silicon Valley and we've seen like places and they talk about like, oh, like our open. Yeah, I've never like worked for one of those companies.
Tables and
it's
popcorn.
It's so weird. We have ping pong tables. We have those like blow up like punching bags. So if you're stressed out, you can just go and just wail on one of those. We got Nerf guns. We have an entire dedicated like arcade room. Yeah, like you can just go hang out and play. Like that's so awesome, weird, and everyone's so like casual and strange and bizarre and weird like me. It's awesome. It's so good.
I'm happy to see it.
It's great. I love it. So yeah, that was my week.
Good. Gio, how are things with you? It's post Summer Game Fest, but we're still kind of in there. We're still kind of around. How's life?
It's going good now that I'm not stuck in Joff season. Lots of Summer Game Fest stuff. I only call him Joff, and I hope to never actually meet him and accidentally say that. What's that?
Baratheon?
Yeah, there he is. Joff Harat. Yes. No, it was good. Summer Game Fest was great. I actually went out to LA and demoed a bunch of games out there. So got to play.
Wait, you don't live in LA?
No.
Where do you live?
He lives in New York.
What? I'm in Brooklyn.
Wait, you're what? Yeah. And we haven't actually hung out?
I know.
What the fuck is going on?
You don't leave your house.
Gio, if you're not doing anything Sunday, we're gonna go watch Stranger Things over at Tuna's on Sunday. So if you want to come,
really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. But yeah, I've been good. So, no. Well, I might have something Sunday, but if I don't, I will let you know. I also have not really seen much Stranger Things. I only tangentially know bits of it because I'm a Kate Bush mega fan. So it's like,
Kate Bush is what got you in.
Kate song?
I'm a Kate Bush. Who said that? Who has said that? I'm a Kate Bush mega fan.
I'm sure a ton of people back in the mid to late 80s were saying that. She was huge.
There's a lot of witches.
But Giovanni's not fucking 60.
He may as well be born in that. Like his soul is there. You know what I mean?
Giovanni makes music.
Yeah,
I do make music. I do band.
Yeah.
Also, here's my Kate Bush story.
He's an audiophile.
This will make sense, and also won't. My Kate Bush story is: I always knew I was gonna like Kate Bush. I just had a feeling. I had never heard her music. I didn't know any song she made, but
I always knew I wanted to be a gangster.
Just the vibe. I was like, I'm gonna get really into Kate Bush one day. But I told myself, I'm not gonna start listening to her until I need it. I was like, I'm gonna wait until a moment where it feels like I should start listening to Kate Bush. And then in 2017, got laid off from a job and got dumped in the span of a week. Like,
dude, this sounds insane.
Span of a day. So I had a month between jobs, and I was like, I have nothing to do. I'm bored. And I said, what this is my Kate Bush phase. So I started listening to Kate Bush. I started with Hounds of Love, which is the album that Running Up That Hill was the opening track on. And I just did push-ups in my apartment for a month straight. And that's all I did. I had this weird crisis because I lived close to a wrestling school, and I was like, screw it. I'm done. I'm gonna get into wrestling. I don't care about my body anymore. So I just I started just doing push-ups for a month and looping Kate Bush. And I was like, it was the best month of my. It was like a breakdown, but it was the best month of my life.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm into that.
That was my Kate Bush thing. That was huge.
I like the idea. It's just like one of those 80s montage workouts, except it's Kate Bush. And it's just Giovanni
that's
on the floor doing push-ups.
Yeah,
it's kind of dark.
It's like an episode of Cobra Kai. Fuck me.
Yeah. The only time in my life I had abs for 2 seconds, and it was sick. I'm jacked now because of Kate.
I'm Jack with Kate.
Getting Jack with Kate. The only thing I want to bring up in this section, because it's a film that I've seen that I think it needs to be.
You can also bring up games you played as well.
Geez,
bring up the film.
You can talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I thought the games thing was towards the end. Okay, let me.
No, it's all the same. All the same, baby.
Crimes you've committed.
Yeah.
God, if you've committed, also listeners, if you've committed crime, write in. Let us know.
Yeah.
805-738-8692. Tell us what crime you commit.
Yeah, we won't narc. A movie thing, and then I'll do a game thing to be on brand. Has anyone here seen the major motion picture, Elvis?
I have not.
Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
I forgot that's what you were doing last week when I invited you to come on. You were like,
wild,
I've seen Elvis.
A wild film.
That's why he couldn't make it last week, because he was watching Elvis?
yeah, it was. I couldn't go last week because I went to go see Elvis on opening night Thursday with 10 people.
It's not even opening night. It's preview night.
Preview night. Elvis at Alamo Drafthouse. 3-hour Elvis movie. Ate a cheeseburger.
3 hours?
It's 3 hours long.
Oh, no.
It's a 3-hour movie?
It's like 2 hours 40, but that's like...
It may as well be. You may as well do the next 20.
What do you need to see about Elvis? He shakes his hips a little bit. Girls go nuts.
What do you need to see about
There's a lot... Here's the thing. The thing about the film Elvis, I recommend seeing it. It's not good. But it's a great film to watch. I left the movie theater knowing less about Elvis than I did going in. Like, it is so fictionalized about his life that I left it like, I thought I knew things about this guy, but it turns out I didn't. And then I would like look up things after, and it's like, oh no, I did know things about this guy. They just didn't do them in the movie. And like some of those things are grotesque, like the way they sanitize his life are like super, super gross. And some of them are just wild. Like there's a whole thing early on where you're talking about him shaking his hips, where it's like, first of all, like the beginning of the film is all about segregation, but the whole movie is like, segregation was bad for Elvis. And it's like, okay, cool. But it's like, so the whole thing is so ham-fisted and like over the top, and like partially on purpose and partially maybe not.
Style, right?
Exactly. There's a part where he's shaking his hips too much. America's pissed. They're like, you can't.
America's pissed.
I mean, to be fair, I think that does sum it up pretty well. He was shaking his hips too much, and America was pissed about it.
Yeah, and they're saying like, oh, he's dancing too much like a black musician, right? Because like he was taking inspiration from a lot of black musicians at the time, and that's how they tie it into segregation and racism being bad for Elvis out of more than anyone, Elvis. Anyways, there's a point where he's going to go on a TV show, and the TV show says to him, "You can't come on the show if you wiggle. We don't want you on the show if you start wiggling. This is a family program." And then there's a whole thing where he's like, they're going to cancel the show. They can't cancel Elvis. They're not going to cancel me. And it's like, no!
He just turned into Roy from Succession.
Yeah, truly wild. And the film just like goes on like that. It's just like all of these like awkward ham-fisted parallels to real life.
Like, oh, do you know what have you heard of cancel culture?
The king of cancel culture? Is that what you were saying?
No, I'm like, did they call him the king because he ruled up with an iron fist? He was like, because he was
take me to the Capitol.
Not sure if you're aware, but this Zoom call is going to end in less than a minute.
Does it? I made you a host, Chris. I made you a host.
You made me the host.
Yes. You are the host.
Now we're on the clock.
Keep talking and nobody explodes. You got less than 1 minute to change this out. Otherwise,
I feel like I don't want to start a really in-depth thing. I'll just say,
everybody, we'll be right back after Gio finishes this thought.
I got nothing.
So should we just join your room, Chris?
Yeah. Can you just text Gio the?
He has it. So that image, the image I sent you, Gio.
Then I will.
All right, Wolf.
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Now I have to. Oh,
it's such a pain for Tuna because his keyboard isn't working.
Oh
no! Perfect reason.
Yeah. This is great for the.
It's all right.
For the for the
Twitch.
It's all right.
For the streamers, they're like, oh, we're really getting to see how the sausage gets made.
Maybe for the future, Tom, I'll make a technical difficulties thing. Like, we'll be right back. With a little like animation for you to you'll just have that ready to go.
It was so funny because you were in the middle of going no, and then it like just like dipped. It was
the
so
timing
good.
was really, really good. Yeah.
And by the way, Chris, I'm recording the show.
Oh, brilliant.
Gio,
yes.
What else is there to say about Elvis?
Nothing to say about Elvis. There is some gamer stuff I want to talk about.
Oh, this is a video game podcast.
Has anyone here messed with like the new PS Plus like subscription service that PlayStation has put out?
I went
not yet.
I the day it came out, I went to its like splash screen and I was like, there is too much garbage, just like plastic. Like, oh, here's everything in the extra tier, the premium, and then breaking it all up. Like, I love the fact I can go to Game Pass and just list every game alphabetically.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing like that on PlayStation Plus, it seems at least.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah,
I love the new PlayStation Plus, and the reason I love it is because it's full of garbage, as you've said. It is like the weirdest...
so the games and shit are also garbage. I was talking about like the UI. You're talking about the quality of games.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're charming because what PS Plus is, when you start to dive into like some of the old games on it, is this reminder that like, man, there was a time like where it was the Wild West for major publishers. Like, they were putting out the weirdest stuff because literally just nobody knew how to make video games. Mm-hmm. So they were like, what's popular? What's cool? Like, I've been playing this PS1 game called Intelligent Qube. Qube spelt with a Q. And it is this like indescribable puzzle game where you are like just on a long metal walkway and cubes just roll towards you and you have to like trap them in green goo and like avoid being squashed by them, and the whole time there's like this very overly serious like orchestral music playing like it's a Spielberg film or something.
What is the name of this?
Intelligent Qube, but
with a
Qube
Q.
with a Q.
Qube with a Q.
And it is
Qube
like
Q.
baffling. Just like a total weirdo game, and it was like, you know, I remember it at the time it being like a game that was advertised and like seeing it in like magazines and stuff.
Was this on PC also?
Maybe, I don't know. I remember
I played a game that was like just like this, if not.
I think it might have had a sequel. So like that, and then like I played this game Fantavision that was like a PS2 game by Sony. That's just like this insane puzzle game. I don't know how you would describe it, where it's just like fireworks displays, and you just like, as the things go up, you connect the different fireworks and then they go off, and then like you go to space, and it just like doesn't make any sense, and it like does not play super well, but it's been so cool going through those games and just being like, man, there was a time where like the industry wasn't just like, oh, well, we make an open world game that has skill trees and like a weapon system that like kind of has RPG hooks to it. That's what a video game is. Like, there was truly this time where it was like, we don't know.
Yeah, there aren't genres. There's no genres. Like,
there's no rules, and it's just like whatever. And like sometimes you find stuff that's like literally amazing, like really cool and really weird.
Like, is this Qube game any good? Like, is it good at all? Okay,
no, not at all.
Okay,
it's interesting. But I was playing like the original Mr. Driller, which I'd never played before. Which, if you've never played, it's like a Namco.
Classic.
And it's legitimately genius. Like, it's a genius puzzle game that like, I don't know, nobody would really make today, but you know, it's like super novel at the time, and I was like, whoa, there are just gems in here that are so cool. And it just it's been cool going through it because it just has reminded me of like, I don't know, when AAA game publishing used to be like weird, and I feel like it's just not weird anymore. You know, you have to go to like indies for that stuff, or like the AA scene, I guess, for that stuff. And that's been like a very charming experience. So I've been pretty big on it. I really have been enjoying it. I know that like no one's talking about it. No one seems to really be subscribed to it at all, and that's completely fair.
Only in the sense like, that people are subscribed to PS Plus.
Yeah, just the base tier of it. But if you're somebody who is like a game historian person, where you just like enjoy booting up a thing and being like, I remember seeing a cover for this at some point. What the hell is it? I think it's a very cool platform to just pick around on, and like there's 700 games on it. Some of it's complete trash, and like that's kind of what's fun about it.
I actually really like this because I had no interest in looking at that stuff. Like, honestly, this whole subscription service, all I kept thinking was, well, a lot of those games are going to age really poorly.
Yes,
I played the PS2 games I wanted to play. I played the PS3 games I wanted to play. maybe I missed some PS4. Like, I don't know what this is for. Now I'm very interested in playing these shitty PS1 games. I was actually like, maybe I'll like kick that on tonight. Like for just like, if I only have like 20 minutes to play something, I'll fuck around in a really bad game.
That's what I've been doing. And the thing, I wrote about this this week, I think, but like the thing that's cool about it is that every console that is on the market right now has had this thing that is like the thing that you can do in between the major exclusives, right? Like in between playing Horizon,
Forbidden West,
Forza Horizon, rather, not Forbidden West, Forza Horizon, and Halo, you had all the Game Pass games, and it was like, okay, I have some downtime, I'm just gonna like play some cool stuff on this. And with the Switch, between like, you know, whatever you're playing, it's like you have the Nintendo Online service, or like
between
like
playing Mario Strikers and Three Hopes.
Three Hopes is good. Three Hopes is really good. But
I know. People are freaks for
it's a good game. It's a good one. But you know, like PlayStation has never had that. It's like you play it for the exclusives, and then like you don't turn it on again, and you just turn it on like once every 3 months, and like cool, that's it. And now it's like if you are a PlayStation person, you can kind of have that thing of like, oh, you know, I finished Horizon Forbidden West. God of War is not coming out till later in the year. Maybe. I don't know.
We don't know what's happening.
Perhaps.
So weird.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like, huh, what like total garbage, you know, or good stuff. Yeah. There's really good stuff too. I've been playing Jak and Daxter for the first time. Never played that series before.
Oh my God.
It's all on there. And it's super fun. And that's great. But
is that a game that's like, you know, kind of like how there are these Crash Bandicoot revisionists who are like, you know, Crash Bandicoot actually good game, when I think it is not. Or at least the originals back then. Is Jak and Daxter like, no, this was good. This is a good game.
It's a good game that has very obvious flaws. Like the camera is a complete garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it's early 3D, right? Like,
yeah. There were like driving sections, and like anytime you see a driving section in like a PS2 game, it's like, oh no, please. And then like, it bizarrely has the worst double jump in a video game. I can't believe it. It's a fascinating thing to screw up. But like the game itself is really fun. It's basically just like the concept of Crash Bandicoot blown up into like a larger, more interconnected world. You know, like, oh, not like a lot of load times, but you just go into this area, and it's like early magic trick. You know, like, whoa, game can be big. So it is kind of cool. You start to see like Naughty Dog's evolution through it. But yeah, I recommend, like, again, if you're like a gaming historian person, there's not like a ton of retro stuff on it right now, like a ton. I'm hoping they're adding more. There's definitely enough to pick at for now, though, you know, just kind of like between some weird stuff, you know, like Siphon Filters on there, like that PS1 game, or like, you know, there's some like PS Vita, I think, and like PSP stuff on there that's like kind of weird and fascinating. You know, the whole like Housemarque library is on there, which like I've never played a lot of those games from the Returnal developer, like before they got bought. And so
that's really interesting, actually.
If you're just someone who like likes looking at a list of games and just kind of being like, Dark Cloud, remember hearing about that, never played it. Or
it seems that game has a lot of fans.
This seems prime for a stream, Tom. You're just like, all right,
let's just
which one of these stupid games should I play that I've never heard of?
We should maybe do it. We want to do a an abortion fund charity stream at some point. We should just make it
we should do that.
A PlayStation fuck around.
Just do a roulette, PS Plus roulette.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's what I wanted to plug on this.
That's awesome.
That's my thing I've been paying away at.
And you'll expect Sony's check in the mail tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jim Ryan.
Yeah.
You said Horizon, and then you clarified which Horizon.
Right.
However, imagine Forza Horizon Forbidden West. Everyone's riding like the different tech animals from Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh my God,
it's like Forza. It's a racing game Horizon Forbidden West. You're riding dinosaurs, like aquatic animal. It would be fucking sick. That would be a really cool game. That would be a very cool game.
There is a lot of riding in the new in Horizon Forbidden West, right? So like all you got to do is just turn that into a
we need multiplayer.
Game.
We need something I've wanted forever. Is, well, first of all, Donkey Kong Racing. Never got it.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But it was the perfect like idea of, oh boy, Diddy Kong Racing was really cool, and the fact that like they did the planes, the carts, and the hovercrest, very cool. Yeah. They were like they hit the jackpot and said, forget those. Let's have them ride the animals from the games. Brilliant. Game never got made because they got sold to Rare. They got sold to Microsoft, and then it was dead in the water.
Yeah.
How no one's like really taken that, and everyone still just goes to carts or carts transform. Like Mario Kart stuff now has basically been like, well, we're not going to do Diddy Kong Racing, but we're still going to kind of let you fly in the air and go underwater. Like, imagine if I've always wanted this, a Pokemon style Diddy Kong Racing game where you can pick different Pokemon. And if it's like an air based level, instead of planes, you're flying Pokemon. And then all the power ups would allow you to do different move sets from your Pokemon. It would be fucking sick.
That's pretty good.
Pokemon Racing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Pokemon Racing. I can't believe they haven't done a Pokemon.
It would be
racing
good.
game.
It would be so
How have you
good.
not
Yeah,
done a
we've gotten like
racing
Pokemon
game?
pinball.
Well,
Yeah, we've got
Pinball stuff.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that like yeah.
I think there was one Pokemon racing game. I think there was a game called Pokemon
way.
Dash on the Nintendo
It is.
DS.
It is.
Oh
but
shit!
yeah.
Yes,
But it's
Pokemon Dash.
It's
It's
not
not really
at
a racing game,
all
right?
like this. It's not. Yeah, that's not at all like this.
I think
it's
it's just
also
'cause
shit.
I also think the reason you don't get it is because Nintendo has decided they don't want to like cut into their own market. So they're like, we have one racing game and it's Mario Kart. Like, we're not going to do F-Zero because that's going to take away from Mario Kart. We're not going to do Diddy Kong Racing. Why would we do that? It'll take away from Mario Kart.
Oh, this looks like garbage.
I think they would
Pokemon
like
Dash game.
sooner probably put Nintendo characters in Mario Kart, which they've done before, than make like Pokemon Kart or whatever. But that would be cool. Like,
That'd be
give it like you just base it around like Kirby's Air Ride, you know, like
It'd be so
that had
good.
like a bunch of abilities. That'd be cool.
It's like right there. The idea is right in front of everyone. They showed it once before when they were gonna do Donkey Kong Racing, and then no one took it. And I've been sitting around for 20 years waiting, and it still hasn't come.
Yeah.
You just been sitting around for 20 years.
The amount of times I'm just like,
waiting.
Classic.
we're gonna get a new Diddy Kong Racing. At some point, I imagine we will be getting Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo Switch and 64 pack. And when that happens, I'm gonna be really excited to be able to play online.
Yeah.
That is gonna be awesome.
So,
yeah.
So I'm just gonna interrupt for just one
I
second.
want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's really stupid,
Great.
but there's someone on Instagram that we know
Okay.
who has posted
we
something, and the orientation of it is the wrong way. So
You have to send
he
your
took
phone
a
to the
picture of a baseball field, but the ground is on the left. I don't think in the history of Instagram I've ever seen
side. I
anyone
love this.
fuck up the orientation.
Is it someone
on
we
a
all
post.
know? Like, am I following this person?
Hold on. Can I get rid of the? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I don't want to.
I love putting this person's Instagram on blast.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Can you? Oh, because
No.
this fucking thing is blurry. God damn it!
Hold it in front of your face.
I
directly.
don't think
Do
I
this.
follow this person, do I?
You
Hold it in front of your face like this.
Give me a second,
this.
Thomas.
Do this.
Fuck.
Do this.
Shut up.
Dox him.
Yeah.
Shut there.
Wow. That is pretty impressive.
It is very stupid.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's the dumbest. I've never seen a dumber Instagram post in my life, and
That
I've
is
seen
real
we've all seen a
We've
lot.
all seen some dummies.
But
Yeah,
I've
I've seen
never
some bad
seen.
stuff.
I have never seen an incorrect orientation on a post. That means that you and this person is our age. Okay, so it's not
Yeah,
like
no
a
excuse.
boomer. It's not
Yeah.
a boomer doing it, right? So like this person went on, said, "Okay, I'm at a minor league baseball game. I'm gonna post a picture of where I'm at. Okay, here I picked the picture. Okay, orientation's wrong. That's okay.
I
Fuck
think
it.
I know what happened.
What happened?
It's one of two things. They turned their phone sideways and took the picture, thinking like, well, people can
Thinking-
look at it this way.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
they turned their phone sideways, took the picture, and then just hit send without looking at it. And they probably had orientation lock on, so it didn't actually flip the picture sideways when they reverted it. They just took
Okay.
the picture like this and then hit send, assuming
You
when
are
people
following.
look at it.
You
it'll
are
flip.
following this person.
All right,
by the
then
way.
I'm just gonna scroll.
I
through.
feel like y'all not creative enough. Give me like the psychological reason for why this person messed this up, right? Like
Because they're
what,
fucked.
what are they trying to speak to us? You know, what are they trying to tell us? Like world is upside down, but not quite upside down. It's
Life
like
has
we're
gone sideways. Yeah.
life has
Yes.
gone sideways.
Yeah, that's a
Come
whole
on.
meta narrative thing you're really not considering here, Tuna. So who's the real
on.
fool at the end of the day?
Yeah.
This person. So This person is also the only person I know our age who
sells a mattress.
Never sells a mattress. No, who's never had an iPhone and is super against owning an iPhone. Super against.
What do you mean? Like he has an Android, or I assume he has.
Like for a long time, he didn't have any smartphone.
Okay,
none. Like held out on that for a long time.
Oh, now I think I know who this is.
You should know who this is. I'm. Oh, you know what?
I follow a lot of people.
I didn't know we were in the game show section of this already.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, let's move on.
Who's been playing what? Is there any
Smash
games
Bros today
that people wanna? There you go.
Which Ultimate?
Smash 64 and Smash Ultimate. Both.
Oh God. How did it feel playing them back to back? Like what was your feeling going back to the
Smash
N64
64 was really slow. Because
really
it was the actual N64 game, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just like fun to fuck around. I do like the simplicity of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like the original beam sabers are the best like lightsabers in the game, and I feel like they got worse in like the Wii game, and then it got worse in Brawl. It got worse in 4. I don't know. I think the design of the sword, something about like the actual damage it does and the sounds that they use, it has gotten worse over time. It is less cool than it used to be. It was really like it was a really strong weapon in the first game, and now it's kind of whatever. So
I feel like the baseball bat stole its thunder. They were like, nothing can be more powerful than the baseball bat.
Or the hammer. Yeah. So now it's like,
nothing can beat a
third tier.
And then they added in like a regular sword. Like they've added in so many weapons that it's kind of been a little bit watered down on some of them. But
they nerfed the beam sword. Terrible.
Yeah. Nerfed it.
I did that. I did load up and check out Knockout City the other night because I wanted to kind of get ready. I was going to hopefully play with Wolf. Slater wants to play with this Tuna as well. It's great. The new boomerang ball, which was like the thing I wanted in the first place, is actually really dope. But those are like, I really kind of only got to screw around with those just because I've been busy this week. I haven't really gotten to play much else. I feel like I did something over the weekend. Oh, I played a lot of Fall Guys. That's what I did. Yeah. I played a lot of Fall Guys. And I will say all the chatter about how like they've de-incentivized winning is kind of true because I don't really get as much from winning as before.
What do you mean?
You get more points. You get so many points from just like playing the first round, even if you don't qualify, compared to like, you don't really get any major bonuses, Alex, from like winning. Like you do get more points for staying on in more rounds, but you could kind of just play the first thing and quit and get more points faster than actually like playing and winning. So they kind of need to rework that. However, all these new players suck, so I keep winning all the time. So it's really fucking fun right
now. Speaking of needing to revamp rewards, Halo Infinite, I don't understand how you don't get points,
more points
for the number of kills you get, a win, assists, cool kills, cool medals, any of that. I don't
kind of do with the kills and assists because the challenges, some challenges are tied to them.
But
I understand.
But it's not every game. Every game should get in Master
points
Collection,
per medal.
Or whatever points, but every single it's so stupid. By the time it's so dumb. By the time you play like 5 games, you're up to just 50 experience points per game, and then you have to go for the challenges. And sometimes you don't want to go for the challenges. You just want to play Slayer. Man. Fuck off, dude! Like fuck off.
So you'll like this. You'll be happy, Alex. My apology period for Halo Infinite is now over.
All right. All right.
Wow.
Because well, as we once discussed, Halo 2 launched with one less map than Halo Infinite and didn't get any more maps until 9 months later. It's now been 9 months, I think it's like 8 months. Either way, we have shit. We have so much less than we got on Halo 2.
Ridiculous.
And we have a massive team behind it who has had a lot of time. And the fact that there's like no clear road. I mean, if we had gotten like a big update, like video or something, been like, hey, there's actually going to be more this season and you're not going to have to wait till season 3 in November. Or like if they were like Forge will be available in the fall, like in September, I'd be like, yeah, this still kind of sucks, but at least soon we know it'll be better. Now I think like we're really just still playing the exact same thing, I think, for another 6 months.
No, we are. I was thinking about it the other day because I was thinking about
it's really unfortunate.
It sucks.
Well, I mean, look, there's a bunch of factors, right? COVID, obviously.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Very hard. It's very hard, I'm sure, to build a multiplayer live service experience with COVID. That being said, though, it is kind of wild to me that when they implemented the challenge, when they were like, "How do we want to do our battle pass? Let's do challenges." You thought that it would be a smart idea to take like the original first-person shooter that like made like it and Call of Duty are it that made first-person shooter online popular. You're gonna take that and you're gonna make a game that doesn't speak to any of the reasons why people love playing Halo. Like that, the challenge system like flies in the face of exactly what you're talking about, Tuna. People just want to play Slayer, or they just want to play Big Team Battle. They don't want to. They're not incentivized like, oh, let me fuck around with this fucking stupid ass gun.
I just like, really feel like a challenge system incentivizes the wrong thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if I'm in Slayer and it's like somebody I've never heard.
I have to pick up this weapon I'm shit with to get points.
Yeah,
and like,
or it's like, oh, I need 10 assists. Like they're just getting kills enough to just take off the shields and then hoping that somebody makes the kill because they want to get the assist. Like the challenges are stupid. Okay, they're stupid.
Yeah, it feels like they're approaching it from the wrong angle, in which I imagine all of the data analytics show that penalizing people too much for not being good enough is worse for your live service game than than doing challenges, right? That must be the reason why they're doing this, except the Halo crowd isn't the casual crowd who cares about that. The Halo crowd wants to like be competitive.
But even still, like, you can
especially the Halo crowd.
Like, sorry.
I was just gonna say, especially the Halo crowd that ends up staying with the game past the first few months. They're the ones that are, like, come on.
Yeah.
I also feel like there's a way, like, just keep the. Hey, you played a match, you get some points, and those points, like, the more you play, like, maybe it diminishes over time, right? Like, I don't think, like, that's necessarily a problem. It was, like, 300 XP for the first...
That's not my problem.
100. Keep that, but you just get more XP if you do better, like...
Right.
Anyway.
Real easy.
To me, I think the issue with Halo Infinite is just, like, they were clearly really backlogged with stuff, right? They like wanted to launch with all this stuff. It kept getting delayed. I want to read a section from a review here for the game. I'll say what it is after, but just this little block says, it doesn't help that Halo Infinite is launching without entire features. There's no co-op play coming in at least until May, and the custom Forge mode is even farther off. The lack of co-op at launch is especially disappointing because the campaign feels well suited for it. I want to believe that's not a big deal. The core multiplayer is good enough that I'll be plenty occupied until then, but I'm also left feeling a little skeptical about the proposed timelines. Will Forge actually make it out this year? Will co-op get delayed as they're forced to make more basic quality of life changes? Playlist issues and weapon balancing feel more pressing than those at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take priority. I can only critique Halo Infinite on promise at this point. It's not the game it's going to be in 5 years. The question is just, do I feel like it's in a good position to reach its potential? Historically, 343 is a responsive developer, and I'm sure they'll be quick to address some of the more basic fan complaints based on responses to the Battle Pass and whatnot. There's just no telling how quickly it can do that, especially considering the game's already slow development cycle. That was a review that came out at launch by Giovanni Colantonio.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nobody listened to me. They
did address the battle points, because the battle points when it launched were fucking horrendous. Really, and along with the price, like, first of all, stuff is still priced too high, but it was priced way worse than it was now, and the battle points were far worse previously than they were.
I felt
it's
like
not good enough. It's not good enough.
I felt like I was on an alien planet when this game came out, because I remember looking at it and going, like, obviously the fact that all of this stuff is delayed, like, they're not going to release new maps and shit because they're too busy working on the basic features that didn't, like, co-op, a fundamental thing. I was like, there's no way that, like, they're going to.
I blame the Xbox One.
I blame the what? The Xbox Wire? Did you say?
The Xbox One. I blame the Xbox One.
Yes. Yeah,
this game having to run on the Xbox One, I think, is a fundamental problem, because I bet co-op could have been there day one if they dropped the Xbox One.
Yeah, I just remember, like, the hype for it was so immediate and so exciting, and I get why. Like, it plays really well. It's a pretty fun game. But I just remember feeling crazy at the time because everyone's like, "This is like a great shooter," and I was like, I don't think it's in a good position. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be playing this in 6 months because, like, they have so much stuff to do that's, like, fundamental, and, like, that's kind of where we're at now. And I feel cursed with the knowledge where I'm kind of like, yeah, I knew that. That's kind of why I dropped off it. Like, after I finished the first battle pass, I don't know, like, it I feel like this was like the writing was on the wall for it. I know.
There it is.
Forge, I believe, on more than one game, at least Halo 3, because it didn't even originally wasn't even a thing. But that came later. So that's fine. It's not fine because we don't have enough other shit to do.
I don't think Forge is going to come out this year. That's my bold prediction.
That's entirely possible. I'm not going to be optimistic and say it does. Previously, I thought maybe because they said it should be coming with season 3, and there were some outlets like Rooster Teeth who are like, "Oh, we're already playing with it." Like they have it in like beta with people. So like if it's been in beta hands for like a few months already, then it's got to at least be farther.
I wonder if they'll target like the 1 year anniversary of the game.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
That makes sense to me. But yeah, I mean, I would have said like no, Forge is definitely coming out, but the fact that they weren't at the showcase this year, like at all, like that's kind of like they need to focus. Like they would have had something there if they had time to spend on it, but
it's just they were backlogged with issues. I think 343 is a really strange developer. Like I don't think they're they're not as good of a studio as Bungie was back in the day, and I think that's totally fair to say.
No, 100%.
Not a huge knock against them. Like Bungie was an incredible.
Bungie's still at the top of the game. Like
no
really, one
really
builds
fantastic.
a first-person shooter like them.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like 343 have been blessed by just inheriting a franchise that's like pretty hard to totally screw up,
yes,
to totally run into the ground. And like the best thing about Halo Infinite was that they like on a core gameplay level just were like, we're not going to change any. Like we tried to make our changes to it, and it didn't work. We're just going to make Halo, and that's why everyone loved it out the gate. But now you're starting to see like their fingerprints of like how that studio kind of
the gameplay is great.
Comes into it.
There's not enough game.
There's not enough game. Yeah,
great game, not enough of it.
Yeah, and I think like they kind of knew that was happening, and I feel like that's why they kind of like launched it early. You know,
I bet
that whole magic trick.
If you polled employees at 343 and were like, if Microsoft could let you delay this game for a year, would you like to? I bet all of them would say yes.
Yeah, I mean, like imagine
except
if it
for maybe
launched...
like the head who's like responsible for it shipping on time.
Imagine if it had launched this holiday season and it had co-op and Forge. Like, I don't know, would it have been a big deal? Like, no one's playing it right now. So, like, I mean, not no one. Obviously, people are playing it, but like, it's not like the cultural thing that it should have been at this point.
And
like,
people were so into it because it played so well when it dropped. Like, so many people were like, "Fuck, I'm getting into Halo now." That weren't Halo heads. So
totally dropped off.
Really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
Yeah. You can, I mean, I'm not like asking you guys to play. So
no, I know. I mean, we just replayed It Takes Two, and we 100% it. Tuna 100% takes totally done.
That's right.
Congrats.
Mm-hmm.
Beat all the mini games.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What was really nice actually was since we basically played it a year later. Mm-hmm. There were so many parts that like we didn't remember, so we actually got to do some of the puzzles a little bit. But since it's such a mechanic heavy game and the platforming is so tight, there was no part of it like gameplay wise that we were like felt dull. Like it still was really fucking good. Like moment to moment, like you're jumping on a thing and then you're sliding on a thing. We were just like, fuck, this game plays so well. And then we just did the inverse of characters. So last time I originally played as May, this time he played as May. So it was like basically playing great game. Fucking great. Great game.
Before we get into whatever's next, Wolf does want to let Alex know he agrees challenges do suck in Halo.
Yeah. Yep.
In other news, I went to go see
Elvis.
Tears for Fears at the Jones Beach Theater on the left.
Wait, you went to that show?
You went to go see Tears for Fears.
I thought about going to that. Are you kidding me?
That's a Geo bread and butter band right there. Holy shit! That and Kate Bush.
I mean, I might blow your mind right now. Tears for Fears is probably my favorite band.
Is your Kate Bush? Kate Bush, Geo is to Kate Bush as you are to Tears for Fears.
They sounded fucking incredible. It was an incredible show. It was so good. And
that's awesome.
Roland's voice just got even like fucking better with age. It was an incredible show. I had a great time. I had a fantastic time.
I had some friends who went to that. I thought about going to that. I was like,
where was it? Playing at
Jones Beach Theater, man.
Where's that? In Long Island?
Jones Beach.
Oh, Long Island.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. Damn.
Yeah. So, it's I don't know. Tom, I'm surprised you don't know. So the theater it's outdoors. It's an outdoor theater. Pretty unique in that way. Not many theaters like that.
I think the only reason I know of Jones Beach is when I was looking up footage of Long Island for the video I put together for you for our presentation.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, there's like a ton of them, and then I realized I live in Southern California, so of course there are a lot of outdoor theaters here, and not in New York.
A ton here,
I was like, okay, never mind. Yep.
So they were like, they hadn't played there obviously in like 30 years, so it was
that's awesome.
And then Garbage opened for them. Cool. They were really good.
Wow.
That's a great show.
That's a killer bill.
Great show.
I should have gone.
It was fucking awesome. I had a great time.
Was it you and Britt? You dropped the baby off?
No, it was me and Big Tone.
Oh, you and Big Tone.
Whoa. Love that.
Papa holiday.
It was me and Big Tone for Father's Day.
How was your first Father's Day?
It was good. It was good. Didn't do like a ton of stuff. I basically got the day off, which was really nice.
That's awesome.
I got to like play with the baby all day instead of doing all the other things. So yeah, she's I keep saying this, but she's out of control. She's just out of control.
That's great. She's a little Cora. She's
She's nuts.
I'm going over to Tuna's on Sunday. We're going over. We're going to attempt to watch 4 hours of Stranger Things. And I've asked Tuna, I'm like, are you sure, like, we can do this? Like, he's like, yep.
Why?
The baby. Crazy baby.
Britt's got it.
She naps for a bunch.
You're going to need to do like an intermission, though, because it's basically like a double.
Yeah. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll watch episode
feature.
1. We'll watch the
get some
first
food.
episode. Get some food.
Yeah,
finish
some food.
It up.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Tears for Fears was
that's awesome.
Incredible.
And
awesome.
Garbage.
And garbage.
Yeah. Holy crap.
That's awesome.
All of our Gen Z listeners are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because both of those bands kind of on the older side for us as well. Like they were not even.
They started before we were born.
Yeah, and like ended before we were born as well. I'm pretty not. You know what I mean?
No,
almost. Tears for Fears is like not a '90s band. You wouldn't.
We're born in the '80s, Tom.
Oh, you guys are born in the '80s.
Yeah, we're born in the '80s.
Forgot about that.
Kurt Smith left in 1991, and then Roland did his own thing. He had an album on his own that's actually really good. And then
Roland's band.
They didn't do anything, and then they just released a brand new album like last year.
I mean, bands keep going on, but I
they hadn't in a while. So you're right, but everybody wants to rule the world. Shout, come on! Like
that's sick. That's so cool. That's
you named the 2 Tears for Fears songs. Very good.
You want me to name a lot? I could name.
No, I'm sure. I know.
One thing,
Tom,
you should know this about Alex now, but maybe you did. Alex loves 80s. I mean, I really like 80s music, but Alex loves 80s music. Once Alex got his license, it was 80s music in that car nonstop the whole time.
Got some Crowded House going.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Crowded House. Fuck.
I do too. I fucking love Crowded
Tuna,
House.
if they come to town, we got to go see Crowded House.
Look, I'll go see any. Honestly, I forget. I went to go see Britt and I went to go see Sebastian Maniscalco and John Oliver at the Jones Beach Theater a couple of years ago. That was also really good. I forget how like awesome Jones Beach Theater can be in the summer. It's just fucking sick. You're outside, you're drinking, you're having a good time. People are like, there's no real bad seat in that house.
Yeah,
it's
outdoor theaters are great.
Yeah,
outdoor theaters, fucking bomb.
Great times.
Oh,
I mean, Tom, you would know if you knew anything about Jones fucking Beach, but
I gotta you just reminded me to get tickets because every August at the Hollywood Bowl, John Williams does like 2 shows back to back, and they are so fucking awesome. They'll usually, of course, they'll do a couple.
He's still doing stuff.
He's still doing it. Yeah,
Kicking.
He just did a thing, and it was for his like 90th birthday. John Williams. He does 2 shows every year in the summer.
He says he might retire after the Indiana Jones.
I thought he said he was retiring.
5 soundtrack.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to still do the show. I bet he'll show up. I mean, in recent years, he came and he conducted like part of it, and then and someone else would conduct the rest of it because, you know, it's a few hours at night. It's kind of a lot. But to hear all that music live is, and then of course, all the nerds take out their lightsabers during Star Wars and put them up in the air like they're lighters.
Very cool.
No way.
Oh yes.
Tuna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. Wait, hold on. I'm not kidding you. During one song that Tears for Fears sang,
everyone took out their lightsabers.
No. one woman in front of us.
No. The lighter.
Took out
took out the phone.
The lighter? No, Tom.
The phone.
She took out her phone.
Yeah.
With a video of a lighter.
Yeah.
And
I like this. I'm into it. That's the appropriate kind of unhinged. I'm into that.
And actually, another person in front of us was FaceTiming someone at home. The whole thing.
Beautiful.
FaceTime the whole fucking thing.
That's a life hack to get it to.
That is a life hack, yeah.
I bet it sounded great.
I was one row behind this person holding up their phone. I mean, granted, we were all standing the whole time, so I wasn't annoyed. But it was more that the guy's like he's laying in bed, and the guy's like face is taking up the entire screen.
Wait, see.
So his face is just.
But wait, so now this is worse because I was about to make a dark joke and be like, well, what if this is someone who's like sick in bed and they can't go to this and like they're ill and you're like, well, he was laying in bed and I'm like, fuck.
It could be.
What if it was like,
that's why I didn't want to make
like someone in a hospital bed?
It's like his favorite.
They got a
band
fucking
and, like,
tube up their nose. They're like, oh,
you son of a bitch. What's wrong with you?
That like budget. You know, like those.
Turn down the brightness so I didn't have to see his face. Like,
turn down the brightness for sure.
Turn down the brightness.
It was like budget. It was like budget. Like make a dream come true. Those charities where it's like, all right, we've already got like budget to get a ticket to Tears for Fears, so just send a guy with a phone and just do it that way instead of like.
We'll get someone from TaskRabbit to just sit out there with their phone.
Yeah,
Fiverr. Yeah. God.
Oh boy.
Want to do some news?
Yeah, let's do a little news.
All right.
Is that music now?
Well, there should be, but I am sharing computer sound, but I never checked to see if
everything was up and running.
Yeah, see if the sound was working. But
my God,
this is.
I mean, there was no music before it, so it's fine.
Live.
Yeah,
this is what you get.
I mean,
you can for the future.
It would also be on the recorded episode.
For the future, Tom, you can because you should have.
I have
audio
the music.
Tracks.
It's just yeah.
For the future, you should put them in a folder and just call it soundboard for the future. For if I can't make it, and then you can. But let's. All right. Well, let's just. It's one more try. I think I had my volume all the way down. No, it's just not working. Cool.
All right.
Anyway, bum 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 bum. Tom, what's the news?
There was a mini Nintendo Direct this week. We got a lot of old games on the Switch. We got the Persona 5, 3, 4, and 5, all of the upgraded ones. So Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Gold, and Persona 3 Portable. They will be coming to Switch when they come to other platforms, which was shown off at the Xbox presentation. So everyone is finally getting Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch. Everyone's been wanting it. It's happening.
I wanted it.
I know. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, but I feel like Giovanni is a freak for this. He's like, oh yeah, no?
Never played really any Mega Man games.
The Battle Network games are dope.
I know, I've heard
people
really,
were very excited about this. Like people were like,
I'm very
oh my
excited
God.
to check it out. Yeah.
Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope got a gameplay, showing off gameplay. They also showed Bowser is going to be able to join the team. Basically, the biggest difference is it's not grid based. It's the character has a certain radius that they can travel in on a given turn. So they can free
why
move.
no more grid?
Free movement, baby.
So
that's the industry, baby.
The game. I'm sure that
I
Mario.
do, actually.
Did you do the hands-off preview, Gio?
For
that was a hands-off preview for Rabbids.
No.
Oh, okay.
So not the new one.
The person that wrote. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
The person that wrote GameSpot's preview basically said that when they talk to the developers, the reason that they are doing it in this way is because they want it to feel more like a 3D Mario game rather than like strictly a tactics game.
But it is a tactics game.
It is a tactics game, but now you can freely, like, it's literally like you can move as much as you want in this radius before.
No, but I like
the grid.
I like the grid. I like the grid too. But
grid.
Look, here's how I'm looking at this, Alex. Because as someone who liked the grid, they made a really good game with the first one.
It's really good.
So I'm trusting the person who designed that game to make the right choice for the second one. There must be something. There must be enough things that this change adds that were worth that risk, because you wouldn't change that formula that was like a success if there wasn't.
I wonder if they got some, not complaints, but like they were seeing data and like they were like people dropped up, because it gets kind of difficult. The latter half of Kingdom Battle is like, I was losing a lot of battles and I was like, fuck, I really have to think about this. So they might just want to make it a bit more. No, I get.
I'm sorry, you had to think about it.
What I mean is that Mario is a very child's-friendly brand, and Tactics is not the most friendly and accessible.
The NES games were like, what are you sometimes so fucking hard?
I can't play Super Mario World, man. I've tried to play that fucking game.
Oh, what's the best?
Super Mario World's so much easier than the original Mario.
Oh, I know. So I haven't even gone back. I'm like, this is where my journey ends. God, I really try to like Mario World, man. Anyway,
it's one of my favorite games.
So good.
I know it's like the best video game ever made. I know
it's one of the greatest. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bummed about it. I actually didn't even realize that because I was just like so head down during work during that I don't even know if I ended up actually seeing that gameplay clip. That's like a little disappointing, but I know that Gears Tactics uses that. Like I think a lot of tactics games are like starting to move towards that kind of like radius thing and leave like the grid.
Gears Tactics is phenomenal.
This is like the tactics version of moving away from turn-based RPGs into like timer-based RPGs and having like a mana pool for like which attacks you can use and having to wait for them to reload. That's like what this is.
I am hoping it's good. I mean, I really like loved the first game quite a bit. So it'll be cool if this one like sneaks
the art
in.
style's great too for it.
Yeah. Beats Elden Ring for Game of the Year. That's gonna happen, right?
Elden Ring
Mario's gonna do it.
The next Elden Ring getting a grid movement system. Portals 1 and 2. Don't know if you guys have heard of these games, but they are coming to the Switch. Little known.
What's that?
They're on the Switch.
Oh, they're on the Switch. That's right. It was announced today, Junior. Portal 1 and 2 Companion Collection. Nier Automata also coming to the Switch. Harvestella, just another Square Enix game that they've shat out. I feel like someone is pranking at Square Enix. It's like every presentation we need to have a game. Most of them are not real. We're just gonna include that. We saw the first gameplay of Return to Monkey Island, which people are like losing their minds over because apparently they don't like the art style. I think this looks awesome. I am way more interested in Return to Monkey Island now than I was before. Do any of you have like have you guys played those games? I've never played them.
Tuna, you played it, I thought, right? The original?
Yeah, I did. I played it. It was very I don't. My mind was too young and inexperienced.
So you wouldn't have been able to play Kingdom Battle either.
No.
Well, there you go. I've actually never played those games either. But even as an adult, coming back to a lot of those early point-and-click games, like Dave the Tentacle or whatever, like those games are just hard even as an adult. Like they were really
full
really
throttle. Full throttle, a game I played so many times, never beat.
Yeah, they were just like totally esoteric. Like I think even as an adult, like they're still really tough. So I'm kind of hoping this one is less that, just because I think it's like I don't know, maybe that's why people love it. But I could use something that I could beat without having to look up guides. That would be cool. I hope it's 100%. Good. I mean, I'm telling the thing that. Let me tell you. Can I tell you the things I'm psyched about from this Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
One. Lorelai and the Laser Eyes.
The Annapurna game, yeah.
It is not only an Annapurna game, published by Annapurna, it's developed by the Sayonara Wild Hearts team.
Oh.
Which, if y'all played that game, Game kicks ass. Their new game is called Lorelai and the Laser Eyes. It looks very weird. It kind of looks like Killer 7, in a weird way. It looks like very Suda. That's coming out like 2023. I think it's going to be like a system exclusive to the Switch at launch. That one I'm really hyped about. I feel like it went under the radar. And then the other
13 remake?
Not shown off of this. Not off of
not this, but
Okay.
After a 30, because they just remade it like 2 years ago, and it was so derided that they were like, "Well, we'll do it again.
We'll try it again." And then the other thing that I'm psyched about, everybody, we're bearing the lead. We've talked about Persona and like Nier. We haven't talked about the real meat of this presentation, which was Pac-Man World Repack.
Sure, yeah.
August 26th, Pac-Man World Remaster of sorts coming to Switch. Y'all remember Pac-Man World? Y'all ready to return to Pac World?
Y'all ready for this?
I wish it was a Pac-Land remake. I want a new Pac-Land.
Like the 2D side scroller.
Yeah,
Pac-Man
like the worst level that's in the new Super Smash Brothers.
You can play that in the recently released Pac-Man Museum.
Oh,
Plus.
Right, it's on Game Pass. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try that really fucking terrible looking game. I'm gonna try that piece of shit.
Yeah, do it.
I'll report back.
Let me know. Be careful. The Pac-Man fandom is very intense. I learned that recently. You can't, if you shit talk Pac-Man, they'll
write in. Tell me why I'm wrong. Why is tell us why Pac-Land is good. Do it. Make a fool of yourself.
People did. I tweeted about how like the Pac-Man Museum Plus collection was like. I was like, I love it because it's the same thing I was talking about with PS Plus. I was like, there's so much weirdo stuff in here that's not good, but is interesting to play because it's like they had no idea what they were doing because no one knew how to make a game. This is great. And the Pac-Man community came for my throat. Oof. They were like, I've never gotten harassed.
They did that because Pac-Man doesn't have one.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, we need to get this person's throat and give it to Pac-Man so we can build him a full pack body. We've been trying to do this for many years.
A six-pack. He needs a six-pack.
They took my abs from when all I did was work out and listen to Kate Bush, and that's why I don't have my abs anymore. They gave them to Pac-Man. All I'm saying, be careful. They'll come for you. They'll hear you from a mile away and be like, "You don't like Pac-Land? That was an influential arcade game that everyone loved," and it'll be like, "Okay, if
reminds me,
Pac world you're living in."
Did I tell you about the time I got like fucking like almost canceled for like saying I didn't like SVU Law and Order on Twitter? Did I tell you guys this at all?
No. What happened?
What do you mean? Did you tell us this?
I thought I might have mentioned it. It was a couple of months ago. Basically, Brooke was in a period where the background show she had on was SVU Law and Order, and I've never really watched an episode, but I was just listening to the show, and I was just getting lots of episodes continuously. And I was like, oh my God, like this writing is atrocious. Like it's so poorly written. And I made a tweet.
You thought you were going to have a great take on Twitter.
I mean, I'll tell you what, engagement wise, it was one of the best fucking things I've ever done on Twitter. Because I posted it and I was like, I've never seen an episode. I'm only hearing it like through the thing. And like, man, this is a really like bad television show. And some like mega fan of SVU must have just been like, who spends all day like looking through Twitter search for SVU, retweeted it. They had 500,000 followers, and like everyone was like, you must hate women.
I thought that's where it was going to go.
They were like, that this show has done so much for survivors and has done, you know, it's
also made the entire country paranoid.
I mean, I know so little about not only SV, other than the fact that I know it's popular. I have no idea about its effect. I know nothing about...
It's propaganda, man.
I mean, it's definitely propaganda.
It's propaganda. It's also propaganda against cities. It's propaganda against cities. It's propaganda against minorities. It is... There's like a stat breakdown that someone did recently about like...
Chris, this show has done so much for survivors. Maria, whoever the lead actor is, raised so much money for survivors.
Wait, hold on. What is Chris saying?
If this were a real city, at the rate that this shit happens on this show, it would be like the entire country for like a year is like a season's worth of events. But it is so much bad. Right, it's basically right wing propaganda, but they package it in a way to make it feel like it it's for women, but it actually just makes people really paranoid.
No, it's so
anti.
This show is like anti-women as well, which is also like the thing that like frustrates me. And like,
now
it's
I'm
like
canceled
it's
with you,
like
Tom.
one of the most. Please, hopefully, no.
Pac-Man, fuck Law and Order SVU.
I see you deleted the tweet.
Dude, it was,
and it's gone.
It's gone.
You deleted it?
Tuna, the people in my DMs, the people like in my comments, like my inbox was jam full of people who were like, "You hate women. You think it's okay for like women to be treated this way." Like it was on.
What was the tweet? What was the tweet?
I literally said, "I've never sat down to watch an episode of SVU, but I'm overhearing the dialogue from my partner watching it in the background, and like I cannot believe how poorly written this TV show is." That's it. That's all I said. That's all I said. That is literally all I said. Wow. Anyway, I really forget how we got on this topic, but
there are wild
you deleted
fandoms.
the tweet. You should have written another one.
No, I couldn't. No. I'm not a double downer on social media. I can't.
What do you mean a double downer? You literally, if what you're saying is true and all you wrote was the writing sucks, then you should have doubled down and been like, oh, the camera work is terrible too. You should have been like, and the music, don't get me started. Like, you should have said shit like
bing
that.
Bong, doody.
No, the music in SVU is like, no, not that music. The music that's like, wah, wah, wah. It's just like, the background. Like, it's just someone playing a couple notes on the piano.
I didn't want that smoke. I really just didn't want it.
I wish you would. I wish I would.
Because the next thing you know, like
the next thing is what?
People share shit, and like I get doxxed or like I get fucking.
You already got doxxed from E3.
You're not gonna get doxxed.
No, but I mean, someone's actually gonna come and kill me.
No one's coming to kill you.
Tom's gonna get swatted.
Anyway,
the worst I had it with something like this actually was not Pac-Man. It was when I wrote an article about how Ethan Winters from Resident Evil Village was a doofus. I was like, this guy sucks. And I wrote an article that
I really don't know how anyone could argue against that fact. Too.
I know. It was like I wrote a thing that was like the article was like so tongue in cheek, and like to be fair, like it had some like dumb clickbait headline that I didn't write, like some like he's the worst video game character ever or something stupid. But the article itself was like Ethan Winters is a big doofus, and people were like, you don't know what you're talking about. They were like tagging the website and being like, you need to fire this writer right now.
God.
And I was like a freelancer, so I didn't know. They were like finding me on Instagram and tagging me in stories. And
this is the problem with the internet.
This person's insane.
The anonymity of these people make people feel like
they can do whatever. They can. Yeah.
Well, no. But from the other end, right? Yeah. The people who receive these that are at the company that are like, oh, do we need to do something about this?
Yeah.
But like, if we knew who these people were, like if you saw these like sweaty, like basement dwellers, these fucking losers who are wasting their time writing this kind of shit on the internet, no one would fucking listen to them. They'd be like, who are you? You fucking prick. Get out of here. I don't give a shit about what you think. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Like, fuck you. Fuck you guys. Go fuck yourself. That's what I'm saying.
I'm disappointed. I think you should at least let's you know what? Let's type another tweet right now.
I mean, it will, and then that's the thing. If I ever did want to double down, and Tuna, it was a woman who retweeted me. Okay,
I'm sure it was.
Do you hate women? All right. The good news is the silver lining is if I ever do want to double down, I know if I post any negativity about SVU, it's immediately going to be found. And it was like I said something wrong about the BTS, and the army was sick on me. I couldn't believe in like 30 minutes how many.
You were hitting on BTS?
Yeah.
What?
No, I wasn't hitting. No, I'm saying.
I was going to say BTS fucking rules.
I thought you were making a joke.
Get the hell out of here.
No. I'm saying that they have a dedicated fan base. Like they have, like it was like army. That. They have a literal army.
They have a legion. BTS Legion.
Let's craft Can you do me a favor right now for you to tweet out right now?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You want to double down? You want to raise your fucking follow account? Go for it.
Yeah. Tuna, you do it.
Gio.
Tuna, you've been tweeting at the wrong person.
No, I want to hit
Gio.
Gio's the guest. Sorry,
can we compromise?
Can
we compromise? Can you draft a tweet that's the same tweet but about CSI and see if it gets the same reaction?
We go through all of the procedural police dramas
NCIS,
and see, all of them.
Get like the
NCIS boat or whatever it is. I'll tell you what, Gio, we'll flip. I'll do an Ethan Winters a negative either wins opposed. You do SVU, and we'll see who ends up.
After what you've said about getting canceled over SVU, I refuse. That's you.
Move on to mail.
The last thing that there was a couple of other things from this Switch Direct, but I just got to say, I think this was the best Sonic Frontiers has ever looked, despite it running on the Switch. Mainly because they showed like the more.
I don't think that was running on the Switch. It
kind of looked not great. Like it looked low res and like things were popping in.
I played it in person. It looks like that. It just looks like that, bud. I got bad news for you.
Okay,
I was playing the game on PC, and I was like, why is it 420 resolution?
Well, good news is I'm still not like jazzed enough for it to spend any money. This is a sale game if I've ever seen.
I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I can't wait. It's one of the weirdest video games I've ever played in my life, and I'm fascinated. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna think about it a lot. I'm pumped.
Hell yeah!
Let's move on to mail. Let's do it. I'm just fucking end this shit.
If you got comments, if you love Law and Order SVU, if you think that Tom is sexist, and you love BTS, whatever it is, 805-738-8692 to drop us a voicemail or email at unrankedpodcast.com or go to the Discord and go to questions for the pod. Link is in the show notes. All right, we're going to do just a couple of these real quick because we also do have a game. Will Brown. If you could only play one genre of game for the rest of your life, what would it be? He actually gave us 3 good questions, but since I always forget when Gio's here, the convo is popping when Gio's here.
Oh, yeah. So. I just go off, suckers.
One genre.
I'll take...
one life.
What would you call Breath of the Wild? Whatever that is.
Adventure RPG. Yeah.
Fine.
Puzzle game for me. I mean,
whatever intelligent Qube is.
Yeah, intelligent. Yeah, I'll take Qube likes the puzzle. 100. I'm a big puzzle game guy. Do I have to drill down further than that, or can I say puzzle?
No, puzzle's fine.
Puzzle.
I think you can do whatever you want. You're
great. SVU sucks.
Hey.
We already know Tom's picking Muso games.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that SVU sucks.
No,
Strand games.
Yeah, Strand genre.
Yeah, there you go, Strand games.
Strand games. I was going to say, I think I really love like speed run type games like Neon White, where it is like a bunch of levels. Like that is something where I'm like, okay, I have to get the world. The only thing holding me back from the fact that I want to get like faster times is the fact that like I don't want to waste all of my time. So if I have to only play this, then there you go, I have the opportunity to do it. So things like that, and like just like short 3D. What was the one that came out with Bowser's Fury, where it's just like quick,
well, that's a Breath of the Wild like
speed levels. No, but I'm talking about the base game.
Okay.
Where it's just like 100 levels, and they're like super quick, and you just do them, and you got to find the hidden things, and there's a thing. Yeah, so.
But you would blow through these games so fast by the nature of them being speed games.
Oh, but there's always a better time I can get. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. That's
the thing. I'm like, oh, I could have done it in a second. I could have done it just a smidge.
And yet, Tom, you couldn't best me in the genre that I'm going to pick.
Okay, sure.
Astrobot.
Chris was the last. He did have the last laugh.
I got into the top 200s at one point. It was sick
on that first level.
It was sick.
Yeah,
in like the best level PS5 tech demo game.
Yeah,
which is a phenomenal fucking game.
It's one of the best PlayStation 5 exclusives.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, I would absolutely buy another one. Give me another one of those games. I would absolutely do it.
Have you played the VR one?
No.
Hopefully they port it.
Heard it's great.
Hopefully they port it to 2 because it's so good.
It is one of my favorite video games ever made.
Awesome.
Yeah, the original Astrobot is phenomenal.
Well, hopefully with the new PSVR can do it.
It is to VR what Mario 64 was to 3D.
Awesome.
I bet you they launch VR 2 with another Astrobot. I think it would.
I think they would have
be
announced
ridiculous.
it by now, but
I gotta pick. There's so many good platformers, and you get 2D and 3. Like platformers, great. It's platformers are good with co-op. Fantastic. Platformers are good single player. So that's what I'd have to.
I got a question for the table here. I don't know who can necessarily speak to it. So next month, Crash 4 is coming out. I know people really like that one. Should I bother playing the first 3? I've never really gotten stuck into them, or should I?
Yeah, you got to really get deep into the lore of Crash Bandicoot to enjoy the 4th one. No, you can pop in. I think you could pop right into that sucker
because it's coming out on PS Plus. So
I would assume that that's the case, especially considering like Ratchet and Clank definitely has more interesting story than the Crash Bandicoot games, and I didn't play any of them except for that new one, and that new one was fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it's largely similar.
Yeah.
Epic Neckbeard asked us a great question. What obscure games, and Gio, just pick like a couple, because you're going to have a lot.
Go through the list. Yeah.
You're going to have a lot. What obscure games have left a lasting impression on you?
Tunic.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's Tunic and Inscription, like, are the first two.
Come on, neither of those are obscure.
They're only not obscure at the... I mean, Tunic's not, but I would say Inscription was, certainly. And it only isn't obscure now simply because it was so incredible that it broke through its own genre into the mainstream.
Yeah, that's totally fair. This is a really, really, really difficult question because I don't know how niche I want to kind of go with it. I don't think this really counts as like super obscure, but I think like I guess it's obscure depending on like if you were around for the GameCube generation or not. Like if you weren't, you kind of wouldn't know this at all. There was a horror game for the good old Nintendo GameCube called Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem.
Oh my God!
Remember it?
Wait, don't say anything else to put out Alex's headphones on because he is gonna lose his mind.
Oh, okay.
Alex,
what?
Gio's gonna tell you what game he just said.
Yeah, the game I was bringing up because I was saying it's not obscure maybe to some people, some generations, but now would be obscure. Is Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem for the Nintendo GameCube. One of the greatest games of all time.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
One of the greatest games of all time.
Look at Tuna's face.
What a beautiful reaction.
That game
amazing.
was incredible. That game
really?
was, oh my God. I wish they made another game. I mean, that game was so good.
The amount of times, I mean, Alex and I would like take turns playing too. How many times did you beat that game? You beat that game like, I feel like 100 times, Alex.
No, not 100 times. But I beat it a bunch because you had to get all the...
You had to do each one.
Oh. You had to beat it 3 times to get the
You had to beat it 3 times to get the Mantarok.
Mantarok.
Yeah.
I got it. I remember that game like the back of my hand. For people who don't know, it was a horror game, and the whole like premise of it. Well, there were like a couple of gimmicks to it. One was like you played different chapters, and like you were a different character every time at a different point in history. So like your tool set was completely different, and it's like one chapter you were like a fireman with a machine gun, and another one you were like someone in the 18th century with like a shitty sword or whatever. But the real gimmick of the game was that you had a health bar, but also a sanity bar, and when your sanity got too low, the game would just like do weird stuff. You would just like walk into a room and your head would fall off and you'd be like, what the hell? And then it would like flash back to you walking in the room and you're like, okay. And it got like very meta and avant-garde where like you'd walk into a room and it would be like, connect your controller. And you'd be like, what? And like on screen, you'd just be getting killed by 100 zombies. And it would be like, your controller's disconnected. What the hell? And like, it just did that. And it was like, it's one of the most genius horror games because it's like legitimately
it's one of the greatest games of all time.
It's a really, really good game, and it's one of those games that it's in an unfortunate place where the rights are kind of like fucked up, and we're never going to get a remake of it. We're never going to get a remaster, and that is a tragedy.
Wait, why? Yeah. Why?
Because Nintendo holds the copyrights to certain things like the sanity meter, but they don't, I think, have the IP like someone else, like the developer has the
Silicon
IP.
Knights was the developer of it, and they are off doing their own thing. They were trying to like kickstart a game at some point that was like maybe a spiritual successor, but it was unclear.
I can't even imagine the people that made that game are there, you know? So it's like it would. That is a great game. That is a phenomenal game.
But like, why can't they release it on like even a virtual console? No.
Great question. Great question. Why we can't just get GameCube games to play at some point?
Yeah, man, that is one of those lost games.
I'd buy that immediately. If that came out.
100%.
I want to throw Little Nemo's Dream Master into there. It's a game on the NES. It's really, really good. I mean, I don't know how obscure it is, but it's so old, and I don't think it was like a hit. Like it reviewed well, but I don't think it was a huge game because I've mentioned it to people and they don't ever know what game I'm talking about. But it did a lot for an NES game in that, like, visually it had a very fun cartoony art style to it, but you were just like a little kid who was asleep, and each world was like a different dream sequence. And then within the worlds you were in, there would be animals that are also sleeping. So there was like a frog, and if you jump on the frog, you can wear it like a suit. And now you have frog powers, and then you get mole powers. You can dig underground. And there's like my craziest level, topsy-turvy world, where everything's upside down. Like, it's a very, very cool, fun game. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid. That was a great game. I actually think there's recently something being made, right? There's
during Summer Game Fest, during Day of the Devs, they launched a Kickstarter for a new Little Nemo game that is in development, and you can kickstart, or you can.
I might go do that. I think it will. You guys want to play a game?
Sure.
I was going to give my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said it.
No, it's good. It's fine.
Tell us.
I do want to play a game, but yeah, I don't. I play a lot of mainstream games, as you guys know, so I don't have a lot of like obscure things. But I would say that the one that like I really liked, and I don't think quite hit like where like Inscription is, or like Tunic did, the first Oxenfree game, which is getting a sequel, so I guess like is not as obscure as, but it's like, I feel like I talk to people, and like very few people that I know have played that game. It's a kind of strange, it's like people on an island. It's a 2D kind of walking. It's not really a platformer because there's no challenge to anything. You're unfolding this story, and there's like some spooky paranormal stuff going on. And I played it on my iPad because it was like on mobile and like on sale or whatever. And I played like through the whole thing in one sitting, and I loved it. And I cannot wait to play the second one. So
very good game.
Oxenfree is my answer.
Some of the most naturalistic dialogue in a game.
Yeah, the writing is, the characters are very just well written, and it is mostly the dialogue that is the focus of the game.
It has this great thing where like you have dialogue going on, and it like gives you the boxes of what to say, and you can cut somebody off and like change the subject in a very like natural way where you're like, hey, hang on a second, like, can we just talk about this real quick? And when like they finish their thought, they're like, okay, whatever, I'm going to get back to what I was saying. You know, like they'll have a transition back into like, what was I saying? Like, oh yeah, hang on, let me go back. Which like at the time, you know, when, I don't know, 2015, whenever it launched, like was like totally a novel concept of like the dialogue feeling reactive and like a conversation. And like, it's really cool. That part of that game is
awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I had it on my fantasy league, and then I dropped it, and then I regretted dropping it because Tom picked it up.
I think I picked it up.
He did. Let's go and play a game. All right, I have a new game for you. I actually was going to play this game recently, but it didn't work. I wanted to do a game with Dolly, but at the time I only had Dolly Mini access, and it was kind of incomprehensible. The images either gave away what I was trying to do, or it just didn't work. I now have Papa Dolly, and now it works. So, I will say the prompts didn't. I wanted to make this like a before and after Jeopardy style thing where there was like a lot of wordplay. And in this game, I'm not going to have you guys play against each other. We've learned before, especially, I don't think this will be difficult, but if it is, it's more fun for you guys to just solve it together than it is for you to just get frustrated and have to think silently. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go through
of this.
You're going to get 3 images for each one. Each one is a mashup of a character from a game and a movie. And you have to guess what the prompt is. Or again, originally it was meant to be wordplay, like a before and after. Like the first one is sort of like an example because it didn't come out super great. So I figured it'd be a good way to ease into it.
All right.
Now that we
how many? Whoa!
It's
each
3 per.
Each one has 3 pictures.
Yeah.
We get 3 pictures per.
Yeah. And you guys are doing this together. It's going to go relatively quick.
Yeah,
you guys are doing this together.
We'll breeze through it, Tuna. Don't worry about it.
All right. So remember, you need to tell me the game.
Okay. Yep.
And the movie. So this is your first picture. You guys can start working it out.
Yeah, so it's Sly Cooper.
Yeah, this image is...
And it's a movie,
difficult
not
to
a
figure
TV
out.
show.
It's a movie and character from a video game for each one.
Right.
So this is your first image. Again, this first one's an example.
Could
So
be
here's-
Sly Cooper and Castaway or something. You know, that's like what comes to mind. But yeah, let's move.
Let's go
right.
to... Is there another...
I am. All right, so this is the second one.
Holy shit. What?
And I'll just give you the third one.
Yeah.
Okay. That can't
Jack!
be Sly Cooper. Is that Kangaroo Jack?
Oh, Kangaroo Jack
That's
is...
what the Jack is. Okay, it's got to
Yeah.
be Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah.
But what the hell is the rest?
And there
Mass
is a
Effect
level of
Kangaroo
wordplay.
Jack?
So there's going to be a shared word that's used in the movie and the characters.
Oh, well, that's...
Kangaroo
well,
Jack
that's
and
good to
Daxter.
know.
Kangaroo Jack and Daxter.
Good.
You're very close.
Well, no, because it's a movie. Remember, it's a movie
Yeah.
and a thing. So Kangaroo... Oh, yeah, no. Kangaroo
Jack is a
I'm just
movie,
in
yeah.
my head, I was like, yeah.
You're very close. You have the correct
Kangaroo...
video
Kangaroo
game
Jack-
character.
Okay,
I'm just
Jack
going
and
to tell
Daxter.
you because it's an
Kangaroo Jack to the
example.
future?
Jack Reacher.
Oh, my God. Go to
Jack
hell.
Reacher.
Again, this one didn't even come out great, so that's why this was
Okay.
just the example.
All right.
Now we get how it
Okay.
works. I get it.
Jack.
Here's your first one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Animal
Paw
Crossing.
Patrol.
Yeah, Paw Patrol the movie cross Animal Crossing. Wolf's Blood is correct. He did get Jack and Daxter. Congratulations. He did
I'll
not
let
get
you
Jack
take.
Reacher.
You're going to get two guesses. Your first guess is only on the first slide. After that, I'm just giving you the other two. So that way you just get all three slides after that.
Okay, Animal
Yeah, like-
Crossing.
And then if you don't get it in two, I'll just give the answer.
Animal
Right.
Crossing mixed with,
Yeah, we have to
It's
be
a movie?
crossing.
and also the
Yeah.
titles.
So that
have to
none of
cross
them
over
are
too.
going to be the name of a video game. It's the name of a character from a video game and the name of a movie.
Oh, okay. That changes everything.
Yes.
Oh, geez. I don't know. Now I don't know if it's which dog character it's pulling from. It could be Tunic. Does the character from Tunic have a name? I don't know. Probably not.
Mm-mm.
I think we got to see the other images.
What's
I
with
don't
the
know. I don't have a
flying
guess.
stuff?
That's got to be space.
You know what? I'll just
Gotta
give
be
you the other images. And
Yeah,
you guys
just
get
give
two
us all
guesses.
three. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's a corgi and a dog. Okay.
Fox and the Hound.
That's
I think
Sly
you just
Fox.
got it.
Sly Fox and the Hound. Star Fox and the Hound.
Star Fox and the Hound. That makes sense.
Good. I like it.
That's the answer. This was Star Fox and the Hound, boys.
Yes. Well done.
Really good. That was
guys.
good.
Yeah, that was good.
The first one is actually the best one.
I
if you
was
look
gonna
at it.
say
Yeah.
that is literally Star Fox
Yeah.
and the
That one
Hound.
came out really well.
I love the
Nice.
second one was
Star
like,
Fox.
fuck it, it's just a pair of dogs.
This was the one that this was the first one I did where I was trying to
It's
do the
literally
before and
stars.
after, and
It's
this
very
was just
impressive.
Star Fox and the Hound. So this one worked perfectly. And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
as the following prompts didn't, I had to break away from that wordplay, but they do all share a word. And they are still all video game character and a movie.
Okay.
All right, so let's go on.
Okay, so it's Mega Man
Yeah.
Mulan.
I think this might be the
Mega Man
the
Mulan?
toughest one. I'll be honest.
Mega Man.
Make a man,
Ignore the Mulan.
make a
I
man
don't
out
know
of
why
me.
it says
Make a
Mulan.
man out of you. Make a man out of you.
What in the God's name?
Oh,
It's Mega
Marginal.
Man something.
Yeah. Is it?
Mega Man.
The latest
Is
Marvel
this Italy?
hero, Marginal Cat.
Wait, so it's a character in a movie, right?
Yeah, character from a game and a movie.
No,
It's
so
Mega Man
it's a movie. He's got a vagina.
Mega Man
What's going
Under
on
Fire.
there?
Mega Man Under Fire is
Logan.
This
What
is
in-
the third one.
Mega Mad Max Mega Man.
Mad.
Man.
It's definitely Mega Man.
Shurian.
I'll say this:
A Mega
some
Man
of the
Shuriken
words,
candidate?
it's possible words and images could help. What's annoying with it is even if I wrote like no text or something, it still would put text on fucking everything. The next time I do this, I'm gonna have to like Photoshop the text out. Like I'm gonna need extra time to prep.
This is
just 'cause
Soviet
I don't want it
Union
to
Mega
throw
Man.
you off.
Yeah, this is
I still feel like Mega Man is correct. I feel like you got the color, like the blue is
Is Mega
there.
Man not correct? Because
Oh, you know what? Mega Man is correct. So you
Okay,
just
yeah,
now
yeah.
need to
Mega
figure
Man
out
is
what the
like-
movie is, which
Right.
you know the movie has one of those two words in it.
Right.
Yeah, like this one is really throwing me. This looks like Jared
last
Leto
one
in his
looks
fucking
like-
desert commune.
The last one looks like Mad Max or Logan.
It does look a little like Mad
It
Max.
does, but yeah,
But it also
Mega
looks
Man.
like Anakin Skywalker.
It also looks like Dune.
I don't
keep going back to him holding like the briefcase thing.
Yeah, what's that about?
Like, Mega Man of the
Oh yeah,
Mega Man of Steel.
Mega Cable
Mega Man of Steel.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yep.
When I said that it doesn't, this is the only one that it's a little like wrong on because it's
okay, great.
Okay.
Because this wasn't the second one I did. I did it later when I was already like, oh well, the whole before and after doesn't totally work.
You lied to us.
No. One of the words is there, but it's a different form of the word. So I'm just going to tell you the answer.
Mega Men something, right?
Yes.
Mega
Men.
City of Children of Men.
Mega Children of Men.
Yeah, which is a great.
Do you want to know? Because that's a good guess, but it's not right.
Okay.
This was Mega Man. Well, sorry, it was No Country for Old Mega Man.
Go to prison. Are you kidding?
Mega Man.
How would we have possibly pulled
There's no way we would have ever gotten that.
Well, look at this guy. Look at the thing.
Don't even say.
Look at him holding the thing.
Right.
Look at him.
I don't know why they made it a lunchbox, but he's carrying his. He's got his gear.
I love the fact that Chris is like that thing that's in his hand that in one picture looks like a lunchbox, the other looks like an iron you would use for clothes. You guys remember in No Country for Old Men when he had the canister thing? You remember that? How did you not recognize
the wordplay of No Country for Old Mega Man so much that even though I didn't think the pictures came out well, I had Matt and RPA look through because I generated like 3 versions of this.
And they were like,
"Three
what
best
is
pictures
that?
for you guys." They were like, if they're gonna get these were the 3 best.
Oh my god!
I was like, I need to use this because I like the wording. No Country for Old Mega Man. It would be awesome.
Wolfslaw in the chat says better than Mice of Mega Man. Mice and Mega Man.
I should have done Children of Mega Man.
Next one.
Oh
Children of Mega Man is great. Okay, Scorpion King.
Scorpion.
The Scorpion King.
The
Scorpion King.
It is. It's Scorpion. It's Scorpion King.
Okay, good. Thank God.
That's
Jesus
an amazing
Christ.
image, though. All of these are really
These
good.
are great. I love the fact that every time it does a different style. Like, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this last one looks like the CGI in the Scorpion King.
It does.
That's
It
why
really
I
does.
picked it.
In fact, better, Gio. In fact, maybe even better.
Definitely
Like,
better.
if this showed up at the end, okay, Kong, Godzilla versus King Donkey Kong.
Fuck. 2 in a row. Boom.
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. That
These are
last
sick.
one is sick. But Godzilla's not in any of them.
I know, and I did write.
That's
I did actually write
weird.
Godzilla, but it didn't put Godzilla in any of them.
Bizarre. That middle
It
one.
also
is
didn't.
Wild.
It didn't get it right until I made it Godzilla versus King Kong because all it kept doing was giving me really big donkeys.
That's amazing.
And then when I
That
changed it to
kicks ass.
Godzilla versus King Kong, I did Donkey Kong in Godzilla versus King Kong. It somehow understood finally,
That's
which is
awesome.
really funny.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
I think there's only 2 more.
Okay. Hell.
Okay.
Def.
This is Budapest Hotel.
Budapest Hotel. That's what I was
Yes.
going to say.
Grand Budapest Hotel. It's Grand Theft Auto Budapest Hotel. No,
Oh
but it's a character name, right?
my
You got it, man.
god, that is so good. Grand Theft Auto Budapest Hotel. It's also pronounced
exactly what the
Budapest. That's amazing.
You got the exact prompt on this too. This was just Grand Theft Auto Budapest Hotel.
Budapest Hotel. It's good. I
Wow.
like. This is beautiful. I
It's
would get
really
posters of
good. In fact,
Good.
these
This
are
is-
kind of like
that's
GTA
brilliant.
art.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is like if you made
is.
GTA set in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
it's
they should
very
do that.
good.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
I can't remember. There's either 1 or 2. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. So, I think this is the last one.
Zelda.
Zelda. Yeah. Or, well, I guess it could be Link.
I guess it could be Link.
That's Lunk. That's not Link. That's Lunk.
That's Lunk.
Oh my god. This is
I mean, Zelda would be hard to fit into a movie title. So
yeah,
it's
but
gotta be
Link. Yeah, Link.
To the past.
But it's also back to the. Hang on, back
Whatever-
to the. No, because
gotta
Link
be a
has to
Western.
be in it, and Link has to be in the title because it's a character name.
This one actually worked as a before and after.
Okay.
Just letting you know, like
Legend of
perfectly,
Zelda
worked perfectly.
Link to the no.
It's
No,
gotta be a Western,
it's
right? The
a
movie's gotta be
name of a
Western?
character.
Oh, the character, right? Sorry.
So it's probably Link, I would guess. Or it could be Zelda because the machine could just think that Zelda is Link.
Well,
But I can't think of a movie title that would have Zelda.
No, I lied.
yeah. So
It's
Wolf,
this
Wolf
one.
Breath of the Wild Wild
Of
West.
course he lied.
Is it Breath of the
Of course he
Wild
lied.
Wild West?
Look, I made this while we were
It's
we were
Breath
like
of the Wild Wild West.
there was a moment at work
definitely what it
where
is.
we were all just kind of like waiting because we were waiting on some like approval stuff. So I was just sitting around. And I was like,
yeah,
oh,
for
I'm
your
just gonna make the game
fucking
for right
stuffed
now.
ostrich.
And I did it so quick that I screwed this one up. This one's a game and a movie. I'm sorry.
It's
Is
Breath
Tom-
of the
is Tom
Wild
right?
Wild West.
This is Breath of the Wild Wild
Very
West.
good. Wolf's Law dropped it in chat, and
That's
at first I was
exactly
like, "No,
what
it,
it is.
it can't be that." But
I think this is the end. Yep.
that was
Wow.
amazing, and that was good.
Okay.
That was good.
That was great, yeah.
All
I
right,
feel like
well-
we got into a groove at the end.
The next time,
No
I'm
country
gonna-
for Mega Man is.
I'll
no
spend a
country
little bit more
for
time
Mega
on it
Man
next
is-
time.
I think no. This was perfectly. This was in this game was in the beautiful niche of like actually fun playable games and also chaotic and makes no sense, and we're kind of guessing what you're thinking a little bit. Perfect game. Oh
That's fun.
boy.
I'm glad it worked.
Oh boy.
Man,
Oh,
that
God.
Lunk picture is.
That last one
want that
was
frame.
odd. But yeah, I need it. I need to put it up. Give it to like a religious person. I and be like, this is Jesus. You put this up. I made this Jesus painting.
I need to export it and then put it in one of those like AI like up-resers so that you could have it like super high quality and then you can make print to the great. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Gio,
Hi.
where can the people find you?
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Mario Prime. You can read my writing about video games at digitaltrends.com. And you can listen to me talk about video games on the podcast Left Trigger, Right Trigger.
And because I made a mistake and didn't share my screen back again for sound, there was no. I was like, oh, soundboard stopped working, but it didn't. Well, here
You're
we
really
are.
giving a whole behind the scenes thing here.
Yeah, this is.
I feel like ever since we started doing live, it's gotten like more.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
It's out of control. Tuna.
You can find me on Tom's Twitter talking about how much SBU sucks.
Tom.
Great Brits Tom on each and every platform.
Christian_Humes. We're the Unranked Podcast. Thanks for joining us live. Stay tuned for the post show. And until next time, stay unranked.
Oof.
Gio, you want to do the honors?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Gio, say it.
The honors of
You say
saying
suck
unranked.
it. No, say suck it.
Suck it. Like that? Is that?
That's how you
Is
do
that
it.
how you want it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Is
how
that
I
how
like
you
it.
want it?
Sucking
You want
what?
it like that? That's how you fucking want it.
Is that what you people want from me?
Amazing.